Hey, what's going on, y'all? Jimmy Macram. It's time for episode 3, season 2 of Mindhunter. Let's get to it. Music is always so great, but fucking ominous because of the inherent nature of the show. Glad she's alive, though she looks shaken.
I don't know, Holden.
I'm fine. I know what I'm doing. I'll interview Pierce. You come down tomorrow.
All right, I'll see you tomorrow morning.
I'll call you tonight.
At the office. He interviewed for Greg's position.
Oh, yeah, the black guy you like.
I'll call him and tell him you're solo today.
Okay, thanks.
See you. So postponed.
Why don't you wait for me in the bathroom and we'll get you all cleaned up?
I'm sorry.
It's all right, honey. Go ahead.
To be fair,
I have to strip the bed.
you would have taken that a year ago. You take that route. Over him not speaking.
Keep your seatbelts
I don't think Holden's ready for this.
flight. As a result of ongoing construction.
How quickly can you ingest this file on William Pierce?
Already did that. And Hams.
Didn't Doc say that most of these motherfuckers are racist? Should it be in there? I don't know. It just feels like a bad idea.
She's a little squeamish.
I don't see why not. I'll have it pulled and brought inside.
Got it. You've been here all night.
Yeah. Do you have a second?
Sure.
Bill's awesome. I love Bill. I just do.
A baby.
Toddler.
What the fuck?
We found a pile of them in a cupboard. I think it might be a cult.
Wouldn't be my first impression. They tend to be more elaborate.
The Dickinsons are just destroyed.
How bad?
Oh no, that can't be. Oh, Bill, no, I know them.
You do?
You know more than you're saying. Those poor parents.
Oh god, this poor lady. I feel so bad. She's all over the place.
What is it you aren't sure about?
You just said it got to slow way the fuck down.
Sorry. Be used against you in your appeals or applications for parole.
Hilarious. Got me 880 year sentence. I ain't applying for no parole. I'm never getting out of here.
Probably right.
She's so cartoonish. I'm
I'd
a
like to
fan.
start.
Okay?
That means what you...
I know what that means. I ain't half. I'm whole with it. I speak 7 languages, you know.
As I was saying, what you were thinking and doing...
Spanish, German, French, Russian, Libyan, and Apache.
That's 6.
Well, I speak 7. Spanish, German, French,
English?
bingo.
Also, what you thought and did after you committed the murders. No, I don't. What do you mean?
Didn't think the FBI had colors.
Learn something new every day. Your childhood, how would you describe it?
Poor.
Could you give us just a little bit more?
Real poor.
All right.
Was depression times. Dissipated.
I'm sorry, dissipated?
Vamoosed. Spanish for runway.
Did you like your father?
No, sir. I like to answer them questions specificus. It's Latin, but I can't. I ain't done 8 murders.
No?
I ain't murdered Hazel.
You murder nobody.
You confessed to all 3 of those.
Erogenously.
Erogeously?
Wrongly.
It's right here in your confession.
Can't help
Is
that.
this a fucking comedy? What happened?
You can't confess to crimes and then turn around and say you didn't commit them.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
Not
Yes, I can.
in the eyes of the law once you confess.
You ever looked in the eyes of the law?
It's just...
I see what you're getting at.
What am I getting at, Junior?
You think I'm simple. It tell
You're an
you
idiot.
something.
Wanted some clarity about you
Dicking
changing your
around?
mind.
Or is he being dead serious?
You can't. The chocolate and the smooth. All in one treat. You ever get these in there? All kind of treats.
Disgusting.
One day, I had an accident on the job site. A steel girdle fell on my head. And doctor said my encephalic vitality cells were damaged. I can't pronounce it, but I can spell it. H-Y-P. I'm clairvoyant. Use my psychic magnet. Telepathy. Everybody started asking. I help them families. I avoid their distress me.
Can I ask about the other murders? Gas station attendants, the store owner, and the clerk?
Oh, yeah. I did those.
She called me a moron. Put it on Quantico.
Thanks, I can't. The wife insists on feeding me mornings.
See you at 9:30.
All right.
That might have been my favorite scene. Definitely of season 2. Probably not as good as the Kemper scene. And a completely different tone. But it was hilarious.
Oh, may I check your ID first? Not that I don't believe you're
Of course.
special agent for FBI.
Indeed. Look at you flexing.
May I?
Everything's broken before it's fixed, right?
Always.
I should probably go up with you. Just to check, this way you don't have to come all the way back down.
That's okay, I don't.
Awesome.
You'll see.
Is it like some secret government thing? Like if you tell me you gotta kill me?
No, I'm not CIA.
Jesus.
I'm an investigator. I study multiple murderers.
It better be you, Delicious.
I get off in about an hour. If you can wait to eat, I'll show you the best meal in Atlanta.
Okay.
That's an idiot.
Agent Paul.
Hey.
Jesus. That was fast.
10 credits away from my associates. Hospitality management.
Congrats.
Almost. I'm saving up before I go back and finish. Don't want to take out loans. Be in a whole lot of debt, you know?
Be nice.
It happens.
They sitting in the back there. Go ahead. I'll make you a plate and bring it over to you.
They.
Okay, I've misread this clearly. As did Holden.
Like to talk to him?
Why don't you sit down? Enjoy the plate Cousin Ernest said. Before it get cold.
This better be
Thank you. This looks delicious.
of the utmost importance for you to blindside me like this.
How old are you, Agent Ford?
I'm almost 30.
4. Yusuf could quote you Dr. King's I Have a Dream speech from
It's
memory.
amazing.
Very clever, that child.
What can I do for you?
Be nice.
And someone must do something about it.
I'd like to help.
You're a good guy, Holden. And you like puzzles. I'd be so pissed at her. You not understand. I'd be pissed.
Thank you.
Hmm?
I didn't have a choice.
No one's taking him seriously until now. I should have told you where we were going. I
You should have.
thought maybe you wouldn't want to come with me.
No, nothing to be sorry about.
You're a good guy, Holden. And she's good. She's a good person, too.
After you killed Gail Jackson, you began writing letters claiming to be a vigilante group called the Forces of Evil. Why would you contact the police?
That's not funny.
And that you would kill Gail if the strangler wasn't caught. That is a very complicated story.
Thank you.
What the f...
How did you think they didn't even know Gail Jackson existed?
That's why I had to tell her.
Yo, my man's face
You also
is so...
told them
he
where
looks
to
so
find the body once she was killed.
disgusted and
They can't be after those white men if they don't have no
shocked.
body.
And what prompted you, several days after the letters, to make a phone call to the police telling them exactly where to find her remains?
Because they weren't finding them. How am I going to throw them off my trail if they ain't going after those white men for her murder?
The forces of evil. I see. It all comes back around.
Like a donut.
Are these the two
Just
dumbest serial killers in the
like a
world?
donut. Were you at all worried the police might trace the stationery back to you?
I told him not to worry about it. Throw him off my trail.
I see that at the bottom.
What's it
Don't
say?
put any stock in this stationery from the base. Anybody could get their hands on it. Thank you, Mr. Hands.
This is a fucking
I
comedy.
think we've got what we need.
What the fuck?
Says we should go somewhere, and that I had $20.
And what'd you say?
I looked into my wallet, and I said I did, had $20.
What were you thinking about when you...
Her head come off, so she can't tell who it is.
Were you aware both Gail and Irene were prostitutes?
I don't know, they just always around.
Is it possible that the fact that she was white was a reason you picked her?
Never seen her as that. She just a grunt like the rest of us.
Alright, that was not funny. Very quickly.
And Venus Taylor and Willie Mae Mathis. That's where I got this.
Oh, I mean from Justified.
How does that translate to neglecting children's homicides?
They're trying to keep the noise down. High murder rate, even the whisper of a predator.
Gotcha.
That to find connections, unfortunately, we have to wait for more bodies.
It's dark.
On average, there are 10 child murders in Atlanta per year. Now, that's awful, but from where it stands, these numbers alone don't represent a statistical
Those
anomaly.
numbers have names.
Maybe.
Change the classifications, or do we need new ones? Post-crime, organized, disorganized?
Can't we just find more articulate subjects?
Pierce, he's interesting.
You were not there.
We may have been too certain of our thinking about racial grouping.
I'm not sure about the racial component.
Really, Greg, what part of Karen Hickman being white and William Henry Hance being black are you unsure of?
Obviously, I agree with you there. I was looking at it from the essentialist perspective.
From the essentialist perspective.
He hates Greg's guts.
Groups are bound by an essential characteristic.
And what are the essential characteristics that place Hance and Hickman in the same group?
They're both soldiers. Just a thought.
It's not a bad thought. Go ahead, Greg.
I'm sure you can appreciate the medical examiner has not delivered his findings. I can't give any details while we're still investigating.
Was Daniel murdered?
We understand, and I want to be sensitive to the grieving family. But hearing anything like cults or ritual sacrifices is very upsetting.
My son told me the other night he's scared to fall asleep because I don't know if I won't wake up like Daniel.
Excuse me, but let me reassure you, this has nothing to do with a cult or anything like that. Rod, everyone, Detective Spencer's doing everything he can. He has my full confidence.
Yes, thank you for that, Agent Tench. I'd like us all to take a moment and pray.
I love Bill so much that you don't really understand.
In my job, I can't have people talking. I was kidding.
All right. Well, that was episode 3, pardon me, of season 2 of Mindhunter. Where to begin? First things first, I enjoyed that episode. I enjoyed all the episodes so far. I will say, however, that's the first one that felt distinctly different than the rest. I know that there are dumb serial killers out there, one would have to imagine. However, it was such a jarring change of pace from all the serial killers we dealt with, especially Junior, who feels like he stepped out of a, he felt like Archie from All in the Family, just butchering the English language. Or some of the Sopranos characters, just, what are you even babbling about, sir? Spread some dysentery among the ranks. It was so shocking. I didn't catch it the first couple times, I don't think. Then you just go, when he says 7 languages, and he only count 6, and he forgot English. I was like, okay, you know what? You just not thinking about it because English is when you're always speaking. And then it just got worse. Yeah, him, the brother whose name I already forgot, he didn't even seem to have any proclivities about being a fucking idiot. The plan is so shockingly dumb. this was just, it was a lot all at once. Again, I know it's possible, but it didn't even feel like the same show. It didn't feel like Mindhunter. It felt like, I don't know, like a parody of it. Like it was an SNL skit. All that said, I still enjoyed it. Something I enjoyed far less was the bum rushing Holden got from the, what would you call that? She's not a bellhop. What is she? Front desk clerk at the hotel. Think he's fucking getting lucky, and all of a sudden he gets bum rushed by 3 women who've lost their children. That was a lot. And then it doesn't even fucking get to do anything about it. It's early. Only sees episode 3, so maybe it'll pop up later. But yeah, and then to have it be like this almost The Wire-esque explanation for why it's happening. All these institutions are tied in with one another. Socioeconomic politics. It's just like, ugh, this is just awful. I felt so bad for Holden. Though he seemed to enjoy himself, at least depicting a part of the case. And obviously I feel bad for the parents. And listen, I understand why the front desk clerk did what she did. And it worked. I'm just saying, if I was Holden, we'd have an issue. After I figured this case out, I'm cussing you out. I love Bill. I told you how much I loved Holden at the end of last season. He's on my character list. Bill is on it too. Bill is, you know, quite a few cop shows, there's always the grizzled veteran, but he actually has a heart of gold. Bill is not that. I mean, he's got a heart of gold, and he's a grizzled veteran, but he kind of wears his decency on his sleeve. He's not pretending to be something he's not. He's not covering up any flaws. He's just a decent dude. And he frequently does what I feel is the right thing. And it warms my soul. I love Bill so much. Anyway, enough talking. I'm not going to talk about the scene at the end, because I'm sure I'll say something inappropriate about how much I enjoyed it. Post your comments down below. Like, share, subscribe.
What the fuck you want?
Sorry, ma'am.
They got every right to play and mind their own business.
Sorry, ma'am, I didn't mean to.
If you got something to say, then say it to me. 'Cause I don't allow my grandkids.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Get your ass out of here.
Jesus. It always takes me a minute to get back into the subject matter. I forget exactly how horrific most of this shit is.
I was hoping to speak with Detective McGraw.
Yeah, McGraw's no longer with us.
You have a number for him? I consulted on a case with him.
Sorry, I can't help you.
I understand. Appreciate it. And sorry again about McGraw.
Thank you, sir.
What the fuck? It's just sad.
I have an instinct.
Holden, let him finish, please.
They should be looking for a black male, mid to late 20s.
Go
That's
on.
it?
That's it.
Wow.
This is below our radar, for now. Stay current with it. Use that instinct of yours. You just have to do it from the comfort of Quantico.
Jesus. I mean, to be fair, it's probably the best you could hope for, sir.
Federal Bureau of Investigations feels very, I don't know, not you.
She's very...
There wasn't a question in there. Sure there was.
I was nearly a professor or something.
Observant.
But volleyball coaches, camp counselors.
So I'm just here because I look good in a skirt.
Because you own a skirt.
That's a great line.
This is not gonna work.
Oh.
Here. Take a deep breath and just do it.
She's so... I won't say it's not self-conscious. It is conscious, though.
He's just gonna be mad at me until he's not anymore. I don't know if I'm ready to be a mom, but I'm sure as shit not ready to be a wife.
Wow.
Yeah.
I remember it was a huge case. What was it, 25 boys?
28, but who's counting?
Who gets into a car for Tootsie Rolls?
Well, candy in this case is a euphemism for drugs.
Don't worry, we'll read up on the plan.
He's dead.
Coral offered $200 for everyone he brought. Told him it was for a sex ring.
Hardly lets him off the hook.
Well, maybe for the first one. After that, he knew exactly what was going to happen to those kids.
Get this. Henley was originally brought to Coral as a victim. He managed to talk his way off the rack, but instead of turning Coral in, he joined him.
Gunn wants to see us in his office. He means the three of us.
Bill does not fuck with Greg at all.
I can interview Henley. It's why I transferred here. And we did the research. We should do it together.
This could be interesting. I was gonna say, I like how Doc compartmentalized Greg calling it a deviancy, homosexuality. She didn't get like annoyed or bothered. She just corrected him.
They got their own building.
Scientifically corrected.
You got a little sidetracked. Who'll introduce you?
I mean, huge. We're seconds away from making a job with these two local cops awkward. Killed them.
But white collar prison? Summer camp with razor wire.
You ever left unsupervised?
Sure.
He's so scared. I don't want to laugh. I feel for Greg. Feel it's strong. No, it feels right.
In any hostage situation, the women are always ripped.
Not exclusively.
It says here that...
Lots of things say lots of things. Now, I know what happened, and I know what people say I did. What do you know? You just read about it somewhere.
We're off to a great start.
If you don't mind, let's start with education. What is the highest grade you attain?
I do mind.
I'm sorry?
I'm not interested in talking about that.
We'll skip the section on education. Military. Too young. We'll skip this part too. Here, jobs. Description of jobs to be chronically unemployed.
What do you think?
How about, do you ever suffer from sleep disturbances?
Yeah, anything, Doc. Anything to help.
We're here to talk to you about the murder.
Unless you're saying Dean was a killing. Well, I defended myself. Houston police can attest.
One moment. I'm sorry, Wayne.
Hey! Don't you call me that.
I was in a relationship once that I think is very similar to the one that you were in with Dean. She was my boss, my lover. Not here to assign blame. I am only interested in your side of the story. Mr. Henley.
You know this is on tape, right? Greg, keep your tapes. Go ahead, Doc.
I can't imagine how difficult it must have been for you to kill the one person who'd ever treated you with respect.
Nah, it was cool.
What?
Did you ever consider that Dean might have looked at you in the same way that he looked at those boys you brought in?
I ain't no faggot. I was known as a playboy in high school. Party person. He never touched me, and I never touched him.
I never said you did.
But I can tell that's what you're thinking. You're trying to tell me who I am. When I said I'd tell you. Well, I've been telling you. I ain't no fucking. You can tell that's why I was going to listen to that tape.
David Brooks told Houston PD that you seemed to enjoy inflicting pain, and that's why you killed.
Oy.
I have a mind.
Not letting up. I'm here for it.
You either enjoy what you do or you go crazy. It's when I did something. Whatever it was, I tried to enjoy it.
Basically support at this stage.
We're not even sure there is a kidnapping.
Holden.
Tell me more about that, please.
Holden.
What's happening to the...
This is truly fascinating. Had no idea the FBI had this resource.
We'll be able to direct the investigation towards the highest probability suspects.
This has been highly instructive. Thank you both.
His face did not look pleased by anything he heard. Fucking Holden.
That went well.
Your wife called twice while he was here.
Jesus. What the fuck does she need? Oh, don't tell me the kid's in trouble.
Hey, hon.
Where were you? I've called 3 times.
I was in a meeting. What's going on?
You have to come home.
Why?
The police want to talk to Brian.
Tell Art that. I'm getting on the next plane. Be there as soon as I can.
Okay, just please hurry.
What the fuck? It's an actual emergency.
How do you come up with something like that?
What do you do here, Doc? Tell the truth?
It was exactly the right story at the right moment.
It was.
There's some cornbread over there. Take some with you on your way out.
Aw, thank you.
It's $1.
This motherfucker.
Now we can transfer resources to reviewing the cases.
Thank you for coming down to Atlanta. But with no kidnapping, there is no federal crime.
Oh, we don't have to leave. We're just starting.
You do have to leave. FBI no longer has jurisdiction.
What the hell's going on, Art?
I'm sorry, Bill. You need to talk to your wife. She's out back.
Did this kid kill a kid?
Yes.
You seen his pictures? He's fucking been to church, crucifixion. Oh my god.
He must have found it.
He was there. He took them there.
Who?
Those kids he plays with, the older kids. They did this, Bill. They hurt that little boy. It was an accident.
Brian said that?
It was Brian's idea. It was his idea to put him on a cross.
What did I say? Granted, I said it a second ago, but still. What the fuck do you even do with all that? What the fuck do you even do with all that? Oh my god. This was a lot. This was a lot. I know it's only episode 4, but it definitely feels like the... Wait, you said it's only 9 episodes, right? Yes. I was going to say, it would usually happen in episode 5. But it definitely feels like the midpoint of the season. Apparently it's only 9 episodes, so it is the midpoint of the season. Where everything just took a complete left. Holding, making progress. Of course, going too far because it's Holden. Making too many promises. After what's called told him not to make any promises last episode. And then the case gets yanked. And then Brian being revealed as part of a murderous criminal conspiracy by other children. What the fuck, to kill and crucify a toddler? What the fuck is even going on? I'm so thrown right now. I don't entirely know what to say. This is a lot, and it's a lot all at once. Whew. I have nothing to say about Brian. There's nothing that can be done about it. He is a child, so you have to worry about prison. Older boys, I'm not sure about. So I don't want to get into it. I have no control over that whatsoever. Though that cannot be good for Bill's mental health. Or his wife's, who's already feels like a fucking frail so-and-so. I don't want to think about what Holden will do to keep his promise. Or, for those of you who have seen The Wire, McNulty, one could argue is the main character in the show, is a great natural police. And he, in one particular season, goes out of his way to make sure a case continues. I won't spoil it for those of you who haven't seen it. But, yeah. Holden, to me, feels very much in that vein. Super smart. Not quite as smart as he thinks he is, though. Arrogant. And willing to bend the guidelines to make sure things happen the way he'd like. And lastly, we had Doc, Wendy, who not only has a new girlfriend, it appears, which very least is dating somebody, but she revealed that information on tape in order to get him to speak, and it worked. Though, much like Greg said, it can be played over and over by our colleagues. I don't know how that's going to play. Or what she'll do about it. She could always play it off like Greg did, like she did with Greg just now. Though she didn't really say anything, she just kind of let it go. I don't know. I mean, what was it, the 80s? I mean, it's not great. It's not a deviancy anymore, apparently. People murmuring behind your back. Cares. I mean, she cares. I care enough to correct them, though. I don't know. This was a lot. I love the show. I can't really say I love the show, but the show is really, really good. The show is great. Love is I can't even say strong. It's just not what I feel for it at the moment. It's not it's like love to me is more of like in a favored realm rather than an objective kind of thing. If that makes any sense at all. Like, watching this is frequently not an enjoyable experience. It's not fun. It can be fun, but most of the times it's not fun. There's murder, and now we got even darker with this brand thing. Still great, just not fun. Anyway, post your comments down below. Like, share, subscribe.